Shalom. I want to start out by saying Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, Kol Halo Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. The Immaculate Conception doctrine is false. The Immaculate Conception doctrine is false. So I'm going to jump into Isaiah 7 and 14 to see what was really prophesied. Therefore the Lord himself shall give you a sign. Behold, a virgin shall conceive seed, and bear a son, and shall call his name Emmanuel. So now we're going to look at this word virgin in the Hebrew. All right, I'm going to read it as the Yiddish as it is, Alma. And we're going to look up the definition of Alma. Strong's definition, a lass, damsel, maid, virgin, which is why scholars had her about 14, 15, 16 years old. Now we're going to look at biblical uses. Virgin, young woman, of marriageable age, maid, or newly married. Okay, when you're of marriageable age is the moment a woman reaches puberty and when she can conceive seed and bear children. She is of marriageable age, which is why scholars had her about 14, 15, 16 years old. She is a maid, a young woman. Mary was a young woman. Now, remember this word, Alma. Okay, maid, young damsel, maid, Alma. So we're going to look up other words for virgin. All right. I'm going to get through this real quick because I want to stay on the subject matter at hand. And the damsel was very fair to look upon a virgin. So we're going to look up this word virgin. Bethula, H1330. We're looking at it at the top. Bethula, not Alma. Alma's a maid. This is a literal virgin. Leviticus 21 and 3. And for his sister, a virgin. We're going to look up virgin. Bethula, H1330. We have it here at the top. It was prophesied a young maid shall conceive what? Seed. Sperma. All right, which is why scholars had her about 14, 15, 16 years old. All right. Yahweh Shah HaMashiach is the son of Joseph, which is why they had Joseph's genealogy in Matthew, the first chapter, because that's where the line comes from. Which is why he was king of the Jews, because he comes from Joseph. They continually name men. He had to come from the seed of the fruit of the loins of David. Joseph, that's why he went to Bethlehem to be taxed, because he is of the house and lineage of David. Yahweh Shah HaMashiach is the son of Joseph. So we're going to look at Luke 3 and 23. And Yahweh Shai himself began to be about 30 years of age, being as was supposed the son of Joseph. Now in the rules of grammar, if you take the parentheses out completely, the sentence should mean the same exact thing as if it was still there. So being the son of Joseph. But we're going to read it with the parentheses. Being as was supposed the son of Joseph. Now we're going to look at the etymology of the word supposed. Believed or thought to exist in the 1580s. All right, past participle adjective from suppose, often with the E pronounced, to distinguish it from the passive past tense suppose. Now, common in the sense of to have duty or obligation from 1859 on up. But in the 1580s, it's believed or thought to exist. All right, so here's examples of supposed. All right, we're going to start at Matthew 20 and 10. This is the parable of the workers who went in the field to work and they all received a penny. But when the first came, they supposed, they believed that they should have received more. And they likewise received every man a penny. Mark 6:49. But when they saw him walking upon the sea, they supposed, they believed it had been a spirit and cried out. So we're going to take another closer examination of Luke 3 and 23. Yahweh Shai himself began to be about 30 years of age, being, as was supposed, believed, the son of Joseph. He is the son of Joseph. He cannot be the king of the Jews unless he came from that direct line. They mention Mary's genealogy in Luke 3 and 23 just to let you know he is complete royalty on both sides. All right? So now, Hebrews 2 and 17. For verily he took not on him the nature of angels. Why? Because he came here in the flesh, which is natural generation, according to the flesh, according to the loins of David, his seed. But he took on him the seed. Remember, we went into that word, sperma. Seed is sperm. He took on him the seed of Abraham. Again, he denotes a man. Within all the genealogies, they're denoting a man, denoting a man, denoting a man, denoting a man. He was the complete and royal line from Joseph, who was his father, because Joseph and Mary had sex. Seed of Abraham. Here it is. Hebrews 2 and 17. Wherefore in all things, sex, it behooved him to be made like unto his brethren. Let me read this again. Wherefore in all things, it behooved him to be made like unto his brethren. Sex. Joseph and Mary had sex. She was a young woman, a young maid of marriageable age. They had sex. She conceived a seed, which is why she kept the laws of purification. If he was not the son of Joseph, they would not have put his genealogy in Matthew 1 and 1. And the apostles knew that. That's why he said, wherefore in all things it behooved him to be made like unto his brethren. Now, when you go throughout the scriptures and you pay attention, you'll notice it too. That he might be a merciful and faithful high priest in things pertaining to God, to make reconciliation for the sins of the people. For in that he himself has suffered being tempted, he is able to succor them that are tempted. Because in all things it behooved him to be made like unto his brethren. Sex. Joseph and Mary had sex. So now we're looking at Leviticus 12 and 2, speaking of the children of Israel, saying, if a woman have conceived seed, remember it was prophesied, a young maiden shall conceive. Women do not produce seed. They are the incubator. Okay, men produce seed. Joseph and Mary had sex. Speaking of the children of Israel, saying, if a woman have conceived seed and born a mad child, then she shall be unclean 7 days, according to the days of the separation for her infirmity, shall she be unclean. And the 8th day, the flesh of his foreskin shall be circumcised, and she shall then continue in the blood of her purifying 33 days. She shall touch no hollow thing, nor come into the sanctuary until the days of her purifying be fulfilled. Now, Mary kept the laws of purification. Luke 2 and Luke 2:21 on down. When 8 days were accomplished for the circumcising of the child, his name was called Yahushai, which was so named of the angel before he was conceived. Sperm, conceived, they don't produce seed, and he had to come from the seed, the sperm of the fruit of the loins of David, in the womb. It behooved him to be made like his brethren in all things. We just read that. And when the days of her purification, according to the law of Moses, were accomplished, she kept the laws of purification. She did not conceive seed, sperma, from Joseph. She would not have kept the laws of purification, but she did. When the days of purification, according to the law of Moses, were accomplished, they brought him to Jerusalem to present him to the Lord. So she did keep the laws of purification. He is the son of Joseph. Direct line, or else he would not be king of the Jews, because it comes from Solomon. He is not his adopted son. We just read in Hebrews, it behooved him in all things to be made like unto his brethren, being, as was supposed, the son of Joseph. And remember, supposed means believed. Okay, so again, I just want to get through this real quick. All right, the Men of Great Millstone, they go on this for 30-40 minutes easy. One of the elder apostles, he'll go an hour and 40 minutes easy. I watched him do it, and I'm not about to go through all that. They'll go through every prophecy, they'll go through every Hebrew word, and they'll go through every scripture. But these are just things to open eyes, and hopefully it's edifying. Hopefully you see it as well. But it behooved him in all things to be made like unto his brethren. Sex. He would not be the king of the Jews unless he did not come from Solomon, according to the seed, according to the flesh. So stop holding the doctrine of Tammuz, Ramesses, and Nimrod. Read the scriptures. Workmen need not be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. So here's some examples. So with that, I'll end the lesson there. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, Kol Halo Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. Double honors the apostles, the elders, Great Millstone, who are the holy apostles, prophets mentioned in the book of Revelation, 2 witnesses, 2 olive trees, to Zerubbabel. Bless the Akim that are pushing the word in true sincerity. To all you men of Great Millstone, I say, Barakatam, Bahashem Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, Wahal Racha Kodash. Until next time, Shalom.